Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you're watching the pre-market show. Today's expiry day, and let's see how the markets have traded in the US and how the Asian markets are trading. So, US markets, when you talk about, it is slightly down. If you see, let me open up the charts and show you the US markets. So, yes, US markets. Yesterday, we were saying that US markets were trading well in the green. It opened with a gap down, but there was a steady recovery in the markets, and it shot up quite strongly. But then towards the end, we see a sell-off in the markets, and that is how the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and Dow Jones, all of them managed to close in the red, slightly in the red. So why is this the case? That this is because we told you that the Fed chair Jerome Powell is likely to speak before the US Congress, and in his speech, I told you the statements are going to be important. So, one statement that he said is US markets inflation rate can be brought down by increasing the interest rate, which the Fed is already doing. And but the negative part of this is he also added that the US market might get into recession in very soon, and that is beyond the control of the Fed. So that is the comment that the markets did not like, and that is why the markets are falling in the US. And like the US futures are down right now, and also towards the end, the US futures sold off. So that is the reason, main reason why the US markets are slightly down. I wouldn't say there's a much of an impact, but because everyone knows interest rate hike will lead to a recession, so there was a slight reaction towards the downside in the US markets. So that is why all the indexes, Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq, are down slightly, even after performing well throughout the day. Talking about the Asian markets right now, Asian markets, the Hong Kong market is 0.6% up, and Chinese market is 0.2% up, but the other two markets, the Japanese market is down slightly, and the Korean market is also down 0.5%. So a mixed bag of reaction coming from the Asian markets. Two are in the positive and two are in the negative. So that is why the markets are slightly negative, because the US futures are also slightly negative. And SGX Nifty, yesterday we were seeing 15,500 and above. It was trading. So that positivity is not there right now. The markets are slightly down from that level. It is currently SGX Nifty is at 15,445, which is almost 40 points plus than where our markets closed yesterday. So SGX Nifty is indicating slight gap up, not the huge 100 point gap up which we were expecting yesterday. Coming to the dollar index, is at 104.1, so nothing major to see there. USD INR is at 78.2. USD INR is again steadily depreciating. It is not a good sign. Coming to crude oil, this is where the good news is. The crude oil prices has come below again, $104, $105. Now it is trading at $103. So crude oil prices coming below is going to be a positive impact in the markets. So hopefully crude oil prices break the 100 level and go below that, because that can set the markets on a bearish trend. So crude oil prices, we know the companies which get negatively affected and companies which get positively affected. So the oil marketing companies, or the OMCs, are the ones who get positively affected. Like BPCL, we saw it was in the top gainers of Nifty. BPCL, HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum. So these companies gain from a lowering of crude oil prices, but companies which are into oil producing, oil manufacturing, oil exploration, like ONGC, Reliance, they get negatively affected if the crude oil prices come down. So yesterday it was because of Reliance, the markets were down so much. It was Reliance was alone down 3%. It brought the Nifty 62% down, just because the crude oil prices were trading lower. And along with oil marketing companies, we have companies such as the paint industry, Asian Paints, Berger Paints, and the cement industry, Ultratech Cement, Ambuja Cement, Sri Cement. So these companies get positively influenced if the crude oil prices are lowering. And also, obviously, it goes without saying, the automobile sector also is getting benefited if the prices come down. So yesterday we saw Hero MotoCorp, Maruti Suzuki, these were also in the positive. So you can keep an eye on these sectors if you're planning to trade for the short term and expecting the crude oil prices to come even further down. So you can keep these stocks in mind. These will show a bullish momentum as long as the crude oil prices are coming down steadily. So that's the information for you. But overall, we see that the inflation coming down is likely because the crude oil prices are coming down, and crude oil prices lead to huge inflationary pressure in the global economy. So let us look at the other things, and so we have seen mostly what is the charts are saying about the current scenario. Let us look at Nifty and discuss the levels for today. So let sorry for the interruption. So let's talk about levels for today's expiry. So we have 15,400, which will act as a strong support for Nifty on the downside. If it manages to cross this level, then we can expect the next level of support to come at around 15,262 to 270 levels. And if that is broken, the last level is 15,183. So these are the supports you should be watching out for. And obviously, it goes without saying, 15,000 on the downside is the main level of the main support level you should be watching out for. So not expecting the markets to go down to 15,000 levels today, because and if that is broken, you can expect the markets to go way below. So that is the levels for Nifty on the downside. On the upside, you can look out for yesterday's high, which was around 15,565, to act as a strong resistance, and if that is broken, 15,670 to 15,700 is a zone of very strong resistance, because the markets day before yesterday it tried to break, but it could not. And above that, 15,800 to 900 zone is also going to act as a strong level of resistance for Nifty. Coming to Bank Nifty, again, yesterday's high is going to act as an important resistance today, and below that, 33,000 is going to act as a strong resistance. And on the downside, markets took multiple supports near 32,800 levels. So that is something you can also watch out for. 32,800 is going to act as a support if the markets are trading a bit higher. On the downside, 32,500 is again a strong support you can look out for. And up above, you have obviously 33,500 acting as a major level of resistance in case of Bank Nifty. So these are the levels for the day, and we have discussed most of them. So it's the fourth expiry, and expiry days we are seeing a trending markets. If it is opening and going down, it goes down continuously in a straight line, and if it goes up, it is going up continuously in a straight line. So try to be on the positive side if it is a trending market. Otherwise, if it's consolidating, then obviously the levels which we have discussed, you can watch out for those. So with that, I'll end the pre-market show here, and we'll meet again at the post-market show at 11:15 p.m. at night to discuss what has happened in the markets today and how the US markets are trading. So with that, I'll end this video here. Thank you for watching and have a good day.